exploited children. Kozlowskis is currently facing 70 counts, including distribution and possession of material involving minors both under and over 12 years old. Due to statutory restrictions, only 20 counts can be filed in each category. The Green River District Health Department is urging local residents to protect themselves following confirmed cases of West Nile virus in Kentucky, including 3 in the Green River District this year. Officials emphasize the virus transmitted by infected mosquitoes can pose serious risk to people older and with serious health conditions. I'm Rob Nichols.
Hi, this is Shelby Mudd, the third generation of the Mudd's Furniture family, inviting you to stop by today and see the latest furniture styles designed for today's family. We have furniture for every room: living room, family room, kitchen, bedroom, dining room, and more. We feature the top furniture brands in America like Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flexsteel, Restonic, Bassett, England, and more. Stop by today and check out what's new this month. From our family to yours, Mudd's Furniture, in the heart of downtown Owensboro since 1951.
What if opening a checking account came with a perk? At South Central Bank, our popular Green Tree checking account now comes with more added value. That's right. Things like cell phone protection, telehealth, roadside assistance, fuel savings, and enhanced identity theft support are all part of Green Tree checking. No hassle, no stress, just perks for doing something you were going to do anyway. Stop by any South Central Bank branch or visit us online at southcentralbank.com. Banking with rewards. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Here's your 14 first alert forecast. Overnight showers and thunderstorms and heavy rainfall possible and a low of 62. On Thursday, early rain, then clearing in the afternoon with a high of 78. Thursday night, clear skies and much cooler with a low of 55. Friday, a beautiful day, sunny and pleasant with a high near 80. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 first alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios, legally we're WLME 102.7 FM, Lewisport, but you can just call us The Game. 102.7. 102.7. Answers, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Lion at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
What's up, man?
It's a packed house.
It is a floor. I'm getting blocked out by
the big man
Turkish
over here.
nightmare over here.
That's right, man. It's going to be a good show today. We got the Kentucky Wesleyan's men basketball coming up here shortly. We have a little bit of stat leaders. We have fantasy leaders, all kinds of stuff in the middle part of the show. Highlight a little high school football. And on the back half, it'll be mostly national. Above all, roofing, true or false. Text your questions in to the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line 270-903-0389. It'll be a good sports weekend this weekend, so there should be plenty to talk about.
It is going to be a great sports weekend, and looking forward to it. A good football slate. I think Bernie's having a big party over there with the Ryder Cup going on, too, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good sports weekend. But download the Owensboro radio app. You can listen anywhere in the world. Follow along 102.7 The Game on social media. You can also get your picks in out there on the Pick'em contest, which is going hot and heavy. We're about halfway through the season. Scott Hart was in charge lead the last time. We added him up. Yeah, I know you got a lot on your plate. I don't throw you under the bus.
That's my thing to do tomorrow is to go through. I have them all
enough.
Screenshotted so nobody can add anything or change anything, and I'll get them all put up there tomorrow and see who is leading the way for those Predator
get smart
tickets.
with just editing their posts and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it always shows on there.
Don't cheat, you cheaters.
I screenshot them.
If you edited it, it tells us you edited it.
Yes, and I screenshot them every Friday
night.
night.
You get disqualified. No cheaters. Cheaters never win. But let's go to the Green River Area Federal Credit Union guests of the game. We got KWC men's head basketball coach Drew Cooper and Fatih Huick joining us here. Big man from Kentucky Western. How you guys doing?
We're doing how are we doing, Fatih?
Good.
Well, we know Fatih's been doing well. We've been catching up with him in the press box. He's been helping us with the camera up there for football and doing some good work. How you like that, Fatih?
I'm over there like every week, so I'm getting used to it. And then it's a good stuff. At the same time, I can see the games and at the same time I can work at the game. So
I'm taking resumes for a new sidekick on Live at 5. So just hit me up if you want to. All right?
No doubt, man. Easily replaceable, I am.
Yeah.
But Coach, we talked to Coach K over at the coaches show the other night, and talking about practice firing up. You guys got several new pieces coming in this year, and you're starting to get the practice fired up a little bit.
We are. It's I used the term with him yesterday that we're kind of a disconnected mess, and that's okay. There's no cause for alarm or concern. I mean, we are. I think our athleticism and our length will be there and comparable to years past, and in some positions better, maybe longer and more athletic, depending on how rotations shake out. But it's just difficult, It's difficult replacing what we replaced with, I guess how many transfers, 7 or 8 transfers that we've signed that are expected to come in and compete for time right away, and just getting values and fundamentals from program to program. They're just different, and my values and fundamentals are different from their, and so it's like something can be really important to me when it was never important to any program they've ever been a part of before, and vice versa. We're going through that, and we're disconnected, but I'm optimistic, seeing that the talent as we're practicing almost every day, that we have. So we'll continue working.
Does that bring some new juices to the coaching staff too? Because in the last couple of years, I've had a bunch of returners, and it's been more about small stuff and small fundamental stuff of how to go from 20 wins and get knocked out in the first round to try to get a deeper run. Where this year you get all these new pieces, 7 transfers, 3 or 4 new freshmen, and not many pieces returning. Does that kind of get your coaches' juices flowing? Because it's kind of where you're, it's more of new teaching as opposed to maybe just some small stuff when you return a bunch of guys?
Absolutely. This is, and really every year, and I'll say especially this year, this is my favorite time of year as a basketball coach. It's not March. I mean, gosh, that is, you see someone in March like, what an exciting time of year. I'm like, yeah, it's great. But really, this is the time of year that you really enjoy what you do, where it's just basketball and there's very few distractions, and there's not the drama. It's just basketball 101, and I'm encouraged about the quality of people that we brought in, which has made it more enjoyable to come in every day. So absolutely, yes.
Go ahead.
I was just saying the transfer. I mean, just the overall dynamics of college sports. It's so much different now than it was just a handful of years ago. And we said it on the show. I mean, it's like dumping a puzzle on the table, and I can see we've got a lot of good pieces, but how do we put the pieces together? And I feel like you guys did a great job of bringing in tremendous talent. I mean, from all different walks of basketball. But how challenging is that? I mean, because these guys have never played together before. The personalities have never meshed before. And it's not just like you're adding a couple pieces. I mean, you're adding a new core, really, to depend on for wins and losses, in a really tough conference.
It is. It was. I mean, you got to give a shout out to Coach Krupinski, to just sit in that office and get out on the road and figure out he recruits, and he's an encyclopedia of knowledge. He's committed to his craft, and it allowed me to recruit certainly, but putting together a team with Fatih and 4 guys that didn't play as much as Fatih, but only bringing 5 guys back. It was. I wonder what basketball coaches did with their lives when they only had to recruit, in the summer, and then you make your offers in November and sign 4 freshmen, and then you go into the postseason and you just start working about the next year. And that's not the way it is any longer. And it was a full-time job from the moment our season ended until nearly when school started to make sure that we had the best group of people that we could possibly find, and he did so well. I
talked to Jay Ivey quite a bit, and he's like, I'll see somebody out here, and I want to start to text Coach Krupinski about him, and I'll look, and Coach Krupinski's already following him. He's like, no reason to send it. The guy knows everybody everywhere.
Yeah, and the word's starting to get out about, how talented Coach Kropinski is, how good he is, how well he's done here, not just for Kentucky Wesleyan, but for our community. I mean, he's everywhere. And so he's a tribute to the profession, and we're stealing him at this point. He needs to be a head coach somewhere, and we'll
keep stealing him until don't get me wrong.
That's how it is.
I'm not giving him away.
That's how it is with the players too. It's like I want them to do really well, but not that well because I want them to come back. It's like these guys go off and get NIL deals for D1. It's like good for them, but man, I really like to have them stay around, like a Logan McIntyre, right? Yeah. But wish them the very best. And Fatih, you've been around this group. I know we've talked to you about it over at the football games. I mean, what's the differences you've seen early on, just from the roster standpoint of the talent this year versus the talent a year ago?
Yeah, so as Coach said, we try to be optimistic because we lost many guys, but we gained a whole team, new 13 guys. And then those 13 guys, like last year was the opposite. The number was opposite. And then there was like 13 old guys, and then me and the newcomers was just like 4 people. 3-4 people, and then we just came in and we just like fit in real quick because they know what they know doing. So like we just like it was just easy to see the sets, to understand everything. But right now we are like only 4 or 5 returners, and then just like whole new team. But they are like talented people. My teammates are like they doing their best to learn and then staying in shape, and so. We just get in there, it's just a little bit process, and everything is going to work out hopefully soon.
As you got ready for this year, you talked about this. You came into, being a piece of a bigger puzzle. You kind of lose the big guy. Now you're going to go in there. But you had a lot of returners, Eddie and Alex and the guards and everything. And you were kind of having to work and find your way early in the season of where do I fit in. Have you changed that over now to be a little bit more of a leader and understand that you've been here, you're a guy that's got, all GMAC potential, but by the end of the year last year playing as well as anybody, and now it's kind of a new role for you?
Yeah, of course. So I was a junior last year, and that was my first year in the Kentucky Wesleyan College. And then, so I know it, like at some point I had to get the leadership because I'm going to be senior, and right now I'm senior. So, and there is not that much senior in our team. And then, this is my second year in the Kentucky Wesleyan College. It could be anywhere, like it could be in the other colleges too. I will be still senior, and then maybe it could be my 3rd or 4th or 2nd year still. But thankful I'm here, and then of course I'm getting there. Still we learning together with the guys, new guys, and even returners. And then just like for now. We try to I don't want to say control, just like help the teammates out in the practice, just telling them like what they should do in the practice, outside of the practice. So we just get in there.
Yeah, man, and I thought you say playing as good as anybody at the end of the year last year. Tough injury last year. I thought it kind of derailed the season a little bit. I mean,
hurt our depth. We weren't deep anyway, and losing Fatih really,
especially when he was peaking.
He's playing so well.
I mean, it broke my heart when Vic texted me and he's like, because it was on the road, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did it happen? The injury happened early, right, in the game, and it's just very unfortunate. But I saw you out. I mean, you never really lost your spirit, and now you kind of have that that ground floor of what the GMAC is like. Now it's just time to go in and dominate, right?
Yeah, of course. I played like 23 games, if I'm not mistaken, last year. And then I seen like what is D2 and GMAC like. So I know what is coming for me and for the team. So I know what I'm going to do in the plays. I know what I'm going to do in the sets. Of course, there's going to be like changing in the sets, in the plan, because we have a new team. So I'm still going to stick to plan, and then I'm just going to do what I have to do.
Coach Cooper, I'm not the smartest guy, but one plan is on the sets is feed the ball on the post. Because I think that's where it really hurts you against Malone in that play. If you're struggling a little bit outside, you knew last year, especially at the end of the year, you could dump it down and get 2 when you needed it.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, 100%. And it's, not to put the pressure on Fatih, but that's something that I look at and I'm not afraid to share because, there are going to be some expectations on, you take a look at his first year and the body of work that he put together, and you can just compare it stat-wise. Never mind anything subjective. So just objectively look at the stats. I'm talking about, minutes, points, rebounds, field goal percentages, and you compare his first year in our program to Beasy.
Not close.
Alex, Kennedy,
even Logan.
And those guys made a year 1 to year 2 jump, and Fatigue makes that jump this year, and like you said, he's going to be an all-conference player, and it's something you learn about your team on the fly so much through November, December. And we were talking about this before we went on the air, like how big these early games are. So keep protecting Fatigue and keeping him out of foul trouble and having him in there to throw the ball in the post. I mean, that's going to be one of the things that I'm most comfortable with because we've seen that work for us in the past. So as we form, Fatigue's going to be a big part of that. But there are some Caleb Macri from transfer from Marist is Armandus Plantauskas. Those are two that jump out at me. Like they'll be able to score in this conference, and there's going to be other pieces that come along. I'm confident of it, but Fatigue is one that I'm sleeping peaceful at night, just knowing we can throw it in there.
Well, if you talk about development from year 1 to year 2, you saw it last year from the start of the year with Fatigue to the end of the year.
Yes.
By the end of the year, he was not only a guy you could dump it into, but he learned to kind of pass out of those double teams and find the open guy. And that was, I thought, one of the most things that improved with his game from the beginning to the end.
Right. No, 100%. He was playing good, peaceful basketball, and he'll pick up where he left off last year, no question.
Foot okay?
Yeah.
All right, they're good.
He's good, man. He's getting around good. He's that camera over there at the football
I'm going to
stadium.
send him down with Rocky to go see the priest. They'd be like, Dominus, let's go. Keep that foot healthy.
Right. What about the point guard spot, Coach?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit because anytime you have to transition from a Kennedy Miles and what he brought to the program, a fan favorite, obviously. We love to watch him play. Talk about transitioning into that spot a little bit.
We have 3 very good players that jump out at me right away that we signed that are competing for that spot right now. One that I've already mentioned, Caleb Macri. He's really a combo guard, but he's an effective primary handler as well. We signed J.J. Faulkner out of Northwest Florida Community College that is undersized, but he can really disrupt the game with ball pressure and quickness. He's a very high IQ player. He was one of the prior to Northwest Florida. He was at Motlow Community College with another signee, Evante, and he was amongst the nation's leaders in steals in Division I JUCO and amongst the nation's leaders in assists. So that kind of tells you what he brings. And then we signed a young man late, actually from Polk State, that George Tinsley. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now, but Jordan Brown could also be a primary handler as well. So we have people, and there are different lineups that we could play. I don't know if I'm missing anyone, Fatigue, but it really is the point guard spot. And we talked about that in terms of, part of our identity. We need to have a point guard I prefer pass first point guards. I really do. And I'm not sure that's going to be Caleb. Because I'm not sure that I want Caleb to be a pass first. So
score.
You go back to the 2021 year. I don't know how much you get, but Trey Cobbs was the best guard in the conference, and I've never slept. I just think of that season like we should have moved him off the ball so much earlier than we did. We would have had so much more cohesion, and so these are all the things we're going through. But we have good players, and the point guard spot is it's competitive right now. Yeah.
You talked about that tough early schedule. I think people forget just how hard it is to make it to the NCAA tournament D2 because of the way it's set up. You're in the Midwest Conference with 3 conferences. That's where the 8 teams come out of. In these early season non-conference crossover games, Steve and I have talked about this a lot, where you lose a 2-point game in overtime, the first game of the year, and then you and that team have about the same record and about the same thing, and everybody looks back and says, well, they beat them by 2. Right. I mean, and so these crossover games where you've got UIndy and Missouri S&T coming, right off the bat are huge, and it's been like that the last couple of years.
Yeah, this will be the second consecutive year that we play the defending host of the Midwest Regional. We opened up at Indy. Last year they hosted the 23-24 regional, and now we're going to play Missouri S&T in the first weekend the crossover here at the Sports Center, and they have a lot coming back.
Yes.
Indy didn't have a whole lot coming back, but Missouri S&T is UMSL has a lot coming back. I mean, I did the best I could because the expectation is, as much as we've signed all these new guys, I know Owensboro and I know Kentucky Wesleyan, that the expectation is not to rebuild. I mean, I don't know how that's going to go. We're going to do our best. I mean, we're it's too early, but that said, while I was scheduling, I was saying, man, we've got to make sure that, and I told the UMSL coach this. I saw him on the road recruiting over the summer. I kind of congratulated him on just on the scheduling that he did. You look back at UMSL's season in 24-25, they started off, I want to say, like 1-5.
Yes.
1-6.
Well, they were like 14-11 and
Yeah.
fifth in the GLVC ranking or the GMAC ranking.
Yes.
Great
Yeah.
Midwest ranking.
We were talking about it a lot. And then they made a good run.
I said we cursed you all year. Like, but the numbers were the numbers, and you played these games. Yeah, you took some losses, but it also, and he conceded that, like, listen, we were playing great basketball. They had some big wins through February, and there was no denying that the lumps they took in November and December helped define them. And so anyway, we scheduled them.
I was going to say, wait, your non-conference is scheduled this year. I mean, you've gone up a notch. Talking about 4 GLVC schools, a really good non-conference slate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that helps you, though. It helps you in the regional rankings if you can
gotta win
handle your business right.
Got to win, and you got to. So that's all preliminary stuff. But yeah, I mean, we'll have Delta State and Illinois Springfield come back. We had 2 big road wins against those 2 very good teams, and they're going to come back hunting blood. We're starting off with Indy and Missouri S&T and that crossover weekend, the 14th and 16th. The schedule should be online in hopefully the next week-ish. I shared it with our guys. I've shared it with some people close to me. I want it to be, but there are some I's we're trying to dot and T's. We're trying to cross regarding some dates, and so I'm doing the best I can. We have the teams we're going to play, and I appreciate your patience.
And for the fans like us that are chomping at the bit to get that schedule, you're refreshing every day. You're like, oh, there it is, I see it. And then Trey was like, hold on, it's not finalized yet. We're going to take that back down.
I've got to ask you.
Trey got fined for putting it up.
Not just you, but I know last year there was a lot of a controversy with the GMAC just getting one team in, and Findlay was the regular season champ. Malone ends up winning. That's the only team to get in. Do you see around the league? And I know some of that goes with these crossover games. You got to win when you play, the GLVC and you play the other conference. The GLIAC. And is it seen that you've seen everybody around maybe kind of beefing up their non-conference schedule because some team, it was tough for a GMAC school to get an at-large last year?
I don't know, but I don't know that I want that, because I'll say we beefed up ours as much. We played a good out of conference schedule.
Oh, you did.
But we, going to UMSL and having S&T. I mean that. But that said, I don't know that anyone other than someone that really follows it. That opening weekend, you're walking in and you're checking the scores, and I don't know Wayne State versus Northwood. Man, you need Northwood to win that game.
You did just for the GMAC, for the strength of schedule later on.
What are you worried about? It's the middle of November. Like, no, we need Malone to beat Lake Superior.
People didn't listen to me when I told them. I was like, man, these crossover games early can almost define the whole season, well, even for games you can't control, like the other opponents.
Well, 2 years ago, if you beat Indy in the first game of the year, you may be hosting the regional instead of going to Indy. Very easy. But like you're saying, those games that don't even involve you. When you get to that end of the year of how the conferences are rated,
here we are, like
who gets
calculating the RPI points and like everything else.
It's crazy.
21-22. Our conference got 4 teams in. 4 of the 8 were GMAC schools, just because of some of the tweaks and the out of conference stuff. So it's not just bragging rights. The numbers, are pushed, plugged in there. And in February, you got to take care of your conference business. But you have no, what's done is done. So
Well, I know WKU right off the rip, right?
October 22nd. Yeah,
we're like a month away from that.
And we
thing.
are. It's
Less than a
crazy.
month,
Less
yeah.
than a month.
But Tia, what you think about? I mean, getting to go, you put a little chip on your shoulder when you go into a game like that. A lot of eyes on you around the state as well. I mean, does that fire you up to get to go in there and play the Hilltoppers?
Yeah, of course. We have a new game, and that's our only one D1 game this year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. Yeah.
So we're gonna play against them. So I'm excited for them. My team is excited. Yes, I put some points last year, but this is a new game, and I cannot think about the last year's game. The plan, we gotta work the plan in that game. So we trying to go there and win. We trying to do our best. We trying to get there.
Trying to get that Louisville level, right?
There you go.
Years ago, man. But
Only problem is Kenny Payne's not coaching.
that's all right, man. What about staff change? Any staff changes this year?
Yeah, we added Trace Young.
Okay, I got
as the
Trace.
Director of Player Development and assistant coach, and that's a good add for us. Our players missed that last year. I mean, our staff took a lump when Cardell McFarland did a great job in 23-24. And he just had a, change of plans kind of around Labor Day going into the 24-25 season. And our players need that. They need kind of a guy that, you're going to come talk to me. I'm going to talk about what our team and where you need to be. But it's important to players now more than ever to feel like they're being coached as an individual and that they're maximizing their potential in your program.
It also gives you a coach that's a little closer to their age. That they can relate a little bit more too. Also,
no, 100%.
Trace and
maybe
Coach
not
Owsley,
quite as good looking, but definitely younger. Yeah.
You and Brad Payne. That's all that I know.
Oh, man, but what are some things you're looking for, man, as you get set? You're about a month away. Some things you want to see, the team grow in as you get ready for Western.
I keep, it's frustrating to practice right now because we practice and you got to take some time off. We're allowed 4 hours a week on the floor right now, and it's just enough to get a taste and then yell at them and then come back 2 days later. I'm really looking forward to when we start up full time on October 10th, being able to have some continuity and come back the next day and the next day and the next day. For now, we just keep coming back to two things. You are to play as hard, you be as tough. Let's try to get on the same page about what tough is. And my best example of that is Eddie Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He had, by the way, he had 27 points today in Norway.
Yeah, playing well.
I'm going to have to get the subscription for the Norway Basketball League so I can cheer on Eddie, one of my favorite players ever to watch, man.
But we had, and I learned as a coach, like you can't say like, man, you're being soft, because every player you ask you go through every high school in this community nationwide, you ask every basketball player, are they tough? They're going to say yes. But in terms of the specific examples of what toughness looks like, we're trying to get on the same page with these new players about what toughness is by our standards and our definition. So here are some examples. What'd you say?
Diving on the floor.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
The coach lit up at that. You see that? I loved it. Little Kennedy Miles action. The ball's laying near half court, and you get get on the floor.
That's 100%. And if that's not, Kennedy gave himself to that, and it's like, how many players just look at a ball going to the backcourt, and so we showed those clips, didn't we?
I was going to say, I can think of many times where he's literally, parallel to the floor, grabbing a basketball and trying to save it.
Yeah. So it's someone that jogs over there and tries to pick it up. That's so getting on the same page with toughness, and then we can work anything out offensively. It's about getting the best shot and understanding bad shot, good shot, great shot, and that's going to get. That requires sacrifice. And that's tough for players to do that don't know one another yet. We're not, everyone's trying to prove themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows who's going to play right now,
right.
And everyone's going out there and I'm trying to reassure them, I'm going to play the best basketball players that we can trust to make the right basketball play. And sometimes you take a bad shot at this level. It's a very high level of basketball. So really good players can take really bad shots and that be the wrong play. But sometimes that shot can go in. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you think you're helping yourself. You're not. That's not the right play. I just need guys to make the right play over and over and over again. And that requires some trust. And so we're getting there. You're trying to get trying to figure out the best shot and being tough is where we just keep coming back to right now.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you guys coming by. Season tickets, right? If somebody's wanting season tickets, where can
they're
they go
on
find
sale? Owensborotickets.com. Yeah, renewals are going great. Renewals are going to be released on September 26th. So if you haven't renewed yet, get in touch with us. Follow the directions that we've sent out. And Owensborotickets.com. New tickets that have not been that were not sold last year. They are on the market right now, and then all tickets will be up come September 26th. So, but you can purchase your season tickets right now on Owensborotickets.com. We have the car show coming up October 11th. Please contact me. I'm always looking for sponsors. You guys,
we'll continue to
hype
it.
Yeah,
we'll hype it.
Or you can sponsor it. You want to sponsor it?
What else? It's above our pay grade. I'll tell you
if it was up to me, 1027 The Game is sponsoring that thing. But I'm literally a peon.
So, October 11th. It's always a great event.
And
the
raffle, coaches show back at Owensboro Country Club again this year. Looking forward to it. I'm trying to finish the schedule, so we'll get those 8 days and so off we go, guys.
Here we go. Good to
it.
have you, man. It's been a blast, Fatih. Thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you, Fatih.
Appreciate you, Coach Cooper. We'll see you soon.
No, my pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir, man. That's the Kentucky Wesleyan basketball head coach, Drew Cooper, Fatih Huick. When we come back, we'll talk a little fantasy high school football, little stat leaders as well. You listen to Live at 5, 1027 The Game.
The attorneys at Foreman, Watson, Holtree have handled thousands of personal injury lawsuits. We know how a serious injury can change your life forever. If you've been injured, the attorney you choose to represent you is critical. Put our reputation and resources to work for you. Let us fight your battles and wage your wars. Find out why FWH Legal is an award-winning personal injury law firm.
This fall on the road at Bass, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, power meets unbeatable savings.
Don't wait. Right now, get 3.9% financing for 72 months and 15% off MSRP on select new Ram models.
Strength, speed, or family power, we've got your ride this season of adventure.
The Drive in the Fall sales event, only at Bass, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Your deal, your ride. Don't miss it. Enjoy the ride.
Is celebrating 10 years. In the last 10 years, we've seen the rise of social media, a pandemic, and in sports, we saw the rise of new rivalries, the creation of the transfer portal. For Sports Country, they saw a location change in Owensboro and the addition of a second location in Bowling Green. Sports Country says thank you for supporting them for 10 years as they celebrate all month long. Sports Country, 317 Park Plaza Drive, behind Shammy's Car Wash, Owensboro's #1 sports fan store. Search for them on Facebook for events and specials.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Step into luxury at Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Discover the largest humidor in the tri-state area within our newly remodeled and expanded lounge. Now open Monday through Thursday 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday 11 to 10, and Sunday 1 to 6. It's the perfect place to slow down and relax. Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Smoke, sip, socialize.
It's game on every weekday from 5 to 8 in the morning with Unsportsmanlike. Brought to you by Floor Concepts. Catch Evan, Canty, and Michelle breaking down the biggest stories, the boldest takes, and the realest reactions only on 1027 The Game. Your home for ESPN Radio. Unsportsmanlike delivers the passion every true sports fan craves. Brought to you by Floor Concepts, where design meets durability. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings 5 to 8 only on 1027 The Game.
Hawkins Avenue PLLC is a full-service architectural firm providing design services for K-12 education, business, healthcare, industrial, religious, hospitality, and mercantile projects across the state. Our motto is design-focused, service-based, and feel it nothing less than mandatory to provide a service to our clients that exceeds their expectations. With a combined 30-plus years of experience, the team at Hawkins Avenue is the architectural firm you need for your next project. Located in Beaver Dam, give Jeremiah or Kyle a call at 270-363-2235.
This is Jalen Darty, the voice of the McLean County Cougars. Did you know the McLean County Public Library is your gateway to a world of knowledge? Discover the latest bestsellers, dive into fun community workshops, or explore the e-library anytime, anywhere. Visit McLeanCEOPublicLibrary.com for a full schedule of events, or give them a call at 270-278-9184 to learn more. Come turn the page on your next adventure at the McLean County Public Library.
And now, more Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Big shout out to Coach Cooper and Fatih Hook for stopping by. It was a fun interview.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pumped already.
I'm ready.
I'm in full football mode, but that got me a little fired up.
I'm ready. Hey, we've always said, like maybe the most favorite thing we do is Wesleyan basketball. And
a little biased towards it.
I am too.
I'm coming. Don't worry, Aces fans. I'm getting on the train.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I'll be there at 6:30 tonight. Jason Moore's coach a show over at Old Hickory. And if you want to talk a little Owensboro Catholic football, come on over to Old Hickory.
Great food, too.
Got a big event coming up.
Huge event. October the 2nd. It runs from 3 to 6 right here. It's a Thursday, October the 2nd, right here in the event studio, which is a week from tomorrow. We're having Pink Mike Project Night.
Okay.
It's sponsored by Owensboro Health. The money raised goes for local cancer, money for local cancers, whether it be, helping people out. However, it's for all here locally. And it's a great event. They'll have stories of survivors. It's a great amplify voices, share stories, promote life-saving awareness. All proceeds and awareness efforts directly support cancer survivors, fighters, and their families in our region. And they're having a silent auction too. And it's not just any silent auction. Like
good
couple
stuff,
of the prizes.
How about we bid on that?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
How about 4 pit passes to Old 60s New Year's Eve party? It's right here in Owensboro.
That's pretty solid.
All right. Not only that, how about this one?
At the Sports Center, New Year's Eve, Old 60. That's going to be good
How
stuff.
about this one? 10-year bottle of Pappy. Like, I asked Jordan if we could put it right here, and I said, you better not, because we're going to talk about it. Better not, because I may just go ahead and open it up and take a few drinks.
Yeah.
But it'll be awesome.
Has a lot of value. I'll say that. I've
Yeah.
had a little bit of Pappy. Yeah. It is what it is.
It's Pappy, man.
To each their own. But yeah, I mean, it is valuable. No doubt about that.
So Pink Mike Project right here. We'll be talking about we'll be doing a little bit of the silent auction here that day, because they'll be doing it here while we're in live
right
at 5.
outside the new
We're
studio
going to be
here.
on it. We'll have Kristen on. We'll have Aaron on. Aaron Owen here is a cancer survivor here at Cromwell. This is her baby and her project. So we're really looking forward. Big thanks for Owensboro Health for coming on board and being the title sponsor. Make plans to be here 3 to 6 Thursday, October 2nd. It'll be great camaraderie, stories, and we all want to beat cancer.
No doubt. No, it plays a big part in my life as well. So near and dear to me. So it'll be awesome. That's coming up next Thursday, a week from tomorrow.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it is. Just rolling right along. But let's move it into this fantasy football, high school fantasy football segment. Did you have the leaders? I haven't even talked to you. I rolled in here. We started talking to Coach Cooper.
So I'm not going to show you, but who do you think scored the most points this week in fantasy football?
Probably your guy.
No, he was in the top 5.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
Goldsberry.
He was number 2.
Okay.
We'll pull it up real quick. The number
why is
one
it
guy.
escaping me?
How about Jacob Spencer with
6 touchdowns?
with a season high 60.4 points.
60.4. And you had him, didn't you?
No. That's Matt.
Okay, good. Because I'm playing
Briggins.
you, right?
No, right. Right now, I think you're up by like 9 points, and I got one guy that we're waiting on stats for.
Oh,
I mean, you and I are in a
close.
battle.
Man,
yeah,
I had a pretty good week too.
I did too. And then Goldsberry was second at 44. Brady Eubanks, how about 43.7? Then it was Paxton DeWitt with 42.6.
2 Fighting Tigers in the top 5.
There
That's
you
good
go.
stuff, man.
And then the last one, how about D. Mark Jr.? His coming out party down there at Graves. He went from 41.5. Your guy with Malaez was just short at like 38.5.
I love the parody You know, that's why we do this every week, because it's different guys every week.
It has been. I mean, Goldsberry's in the top 5.
Right. But in the past, it's been like the same, 8 guys that are in the top 5 every week. This has been multiple guys all season long.
I guess before the season started, I could have said, okay, Jacob Spitzer's going to be in the top 5 twice. He's going to have the highest point total there is. Paxton DeWitt's going to do it, and you'd have never guessed it.
Yeah, and what I'm learning here is too that we did a 3-segment show. We wanted to talk to Coach Cooper quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stat leaders. I'm going to do those tomorrow.
Okay,
statewide stat leaders, not your stat leaders.
Yeah, we'll pull up our stat leaders.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that in. But I went and got all the statewide stat leaders from across the board, because those got really RPI is coming soon, but the stat leaders came first.
It was out last year. The first one came out 9/16, so I'm expecting it maybe to come out before Friday.
If you look at the KHSA, they've released the soccer.
Yeah.
But it said at week 5. And
it should have been some. Maybe it happens tomorrow.
And maybe it'll come out tomorrow. Maybe it'll be before the end of the week, but looking very forward to that. But we got our area stat leaders.
Yeah, we did
up.
our area stat leaders this week. We did rushing touchdowns and interceptions.
All right.
So if I ask you to give me,
I already know.
Oh, you already saw it, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know.
Put it out yet.
Caden Richardson's number 5 or 38 in the state in rushing, so he's got to be
not in rushing touchdowns.
Rushing. Oh, I don't have rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
yep. Okay, I don't have that.
Rushing touchdowns.
All right, rushing touchdowns.
It's pretty easy. Jack Goldsberry leads away with 15.
Yeah, I mean, we said it yesterday. A ton of overall touchdowns he's accounted for.
Yeah, sitting at number 2 in this one, I think, is Aiden Bowden with 11. So he's right up there. Then you got a couple of them.
You got the stat. You got them right there.
Yeah,
on the
it's
screen.
kind of hard to see. And you got Case Bolt's up there.
Case Bolt and Miles Edge.
Okay. Caden Hanshaw.
Hanshaw's still in there.
Yeah, and then Clay Wilkins was 7.
I thought Hanshaw still's got to be. He did it. I mean, it's been accomplished, so it needs to be mentioned. And I mean, put whatever graphic next to his name you want. It's he's still in the stat leaders.
How about interceptions? How about Peyton Gray at Heritage Hills with 4 already?
Ball hawk.
He is a ball hawk. Then you've got Paxton DeWitt, my man, with 3.
How about McGrath from Davis County? Is he on there?
He's on there. He's next. And then you got a couple guys with 2. You got Sims, Coffey, and Ryan Roosh, all with 2.
All right.
So 2 gets you tied up there in our stat leaders.
Jack Ryan Roosh is on the waiver wire pickups this week. Now, I tried to put a claim in for Woodward, but I guess he's been on Todd's
He's been on Todd's team since the very first.
See, I just missed it.
I do want to give a big shout out. It's the Harris Group with Kellyanne Harris, Williams Elite. They're the ones our stat leader sponsor all year long.
See the graphic there on the YouTube page. Live stream always brought to you by Legendary Pool and Spa. But yeah, try to put a claim in on Woodward. No, so fast.
He was drafted not at the draft.
Right, but I feel like
starting all week.
He's been playing a lot of defense, so I thought maybe by now someone would have just got frustrated and dropped him. So, but I tried, failed. How about Jalen Bryant? Is he on the team?
He is not.
Yeah, make sure, because I feel like he coming off a 5-catch, 62-yard performance against Graves. I need a receiver, kind of, but I mean, it's hard with only one bench spot.
It is.
Kind of is. But that's a guy I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on, because I feel like he's going to have a big district slate. Heritage Hills, Dalton Pledger. If you need a running back, 9 carries this past week, 83 yards.
Actually, he's on Caleb's team.
Okay, well, he's about to I was about to say, I think he's about to break out. When I put these waiver wire out there, it's not really like a waiver wire thing. It's more of a these guys are about to break out type of thing. Aiden Ferris this week.
He's not on the roster.
It'd be a good flex. I feel like a quarterback who can run and pass. He's going against Webster. I feel like Ferris is going to put some points up this week.
I think so, too.
If you're playing like the matchup game, I like to change my roster every week in NFL fantasy football. If you want to do that in the high school ranks, and Ferris would be a good pickup this week. Dalen Hawker.
He is on a roster now. He's been picked up.
14 carries, 94 yards against Apollo. He's got Marshall this week. A little shorthanded at the running back spot.
If you're looking for a running back too, and I know he was hurt, Hardesty, the fullback, but the other fullback I think was Gilmore.
Yeah,
like those two B-backs run hard and pick up yards. They average like 6 yards a carry when they carried it.
Yeah, how about Edmonson County? Orvis, 32 carries, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns on the year. He is facing a little bit of a tough Butler County defense this week, but an opportunity if you needed a back there. Grayson County, without Hanshaw, who's going to step up? Well, Tanner Warner got 14 carries this past week. did get into the end zone, so that's a name if you're looking for. Mudd, I think, will be another guy that will continue. I know he's been a little banged up. And then last but not least, Jack Ryan Roos. You said it. Put him at the running back spot. He had 11 carries for 95 yards this week.
And a touchdown, I believe.
Yeah.
I think
he didn't get in the end zone.
No, he did not. He did
only
not.
one touchdown to go around for the Colonels
that's
this week. But it is a guy that moving forward, if they go a bit more to the ground, ground and pound, you can see him thrive there. So those are some names to throw out there. I try to do the league a favor by putting out all the names that could possibly be picked up.
Well, you're either going to be, you're either going to be 3-2 or 4-1.
Yeah, okay.
Like you lost last week to Matt.
I had a little bit of a rough week last week.
Yeah, and then you and I, like I said, we're waiting on Edmondson stats.
Who are you waiting on?
DeWeese.
Okay, so DeWeese needs 9.
At least
DeWeese just hope he took the week off.
Between 8 and 9. Okay. We're really, and what's crazy is this week. How about 5 guys? No, 5 guys scoring 128 points or more. Like this week, it was off the chart.
Yeah, no, and I just love the parity around it. Like I say, normally in the past, there's been like the same 7 or 8 guys contributing every week. This year, there's multiple guys that have had breakout games that have really been fun to follow. Really, it's no matter who wins and who loses. It's more about seeing that parity around the area.
It's a way to promote the kids.
It is. I love it, man. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. But we come back, we'll do a little Above All Roofing, true or false. Before then, we'll pause it for Karen Gross, realtor with Remax Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810 or find her at KarenGross.net. Listen to Live at 5, 1027 The Game.
PSC Fiber is building the region's fastest fiber optic network to deliver essential internet to Perry, Spencer, and DuBois counties. With the customer service and tech support you expect from neighbors, access to high-speed, reliable internet has a positive impact on economic development and social well-being. The ways we communicate have changed a lot in over 70 years, and PSC Fiber is always leading the way. Call 800-511-4899 or visit us at pscfiber.net to see how PSC Fiber is here for you.
Life is full of unexpected moments. Make sure your loved ones are protected with life insurance from Home Mutual Insurance. Whether you're starting a family, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help you find the right coverage. Located at 532 Main Street in Tell City, our trusted agents are ready to guide you every step of the way. Don't wait. Secure your family's future today. Call or visit Home Mutual Insurance for a free quote, because peace of mind lasts a lifetime. Step into serenity and rejuvenation at the Salt Room, where health and relaxation merge into a tranquil setting. Immerse yourself in our Himalayan Salt Room, soak up the benefits in our infrared sauna, or breathe deeply at our Oxygen Bar, located at 1148 Main Street in Tell City. It's perfect for those seeking relief from respiratory conditions or anyone looking for a serene spot to unwind and indulge in self-care. Follow us on Facebook for more information. Then treat yourself to an exceptional experience at the Salt Room, where your wellness journey awaits.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. With competitive low interest rates and no application or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
This message is brought to you by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to school time means busy calendars, morning commutes, and...
Mom, chew! I don't feel so good.
The back to school sniffles. Fortunately, Owensboro Health Urgent Care is here with 5 convenient locations across Kentucky. Use the On My Way app to shorten your wait time and get your family back on track quickly.
I'm ready for practice, Mom.
For life's ups and downs, choose Owensboro Health Urgent Care. Schedule a virtual visit at owensborohealth.org/urgent care.
Backed by popular demand, Legendary Pools and Spas by John Morais is here. If John has built your pool or spa in the past and it needs service, repairs, or just a little attention, he's ready to take care of you. He'd love to hear from his former customers, and if you're new, now is the perfect time to see why his work is legendary. Call Legendary Pools and Spas by John Morais at 270-316-1007. Reconnecting with customers, one pool at a time.
Hi, it's Duke Brubaker with Champion Ford in Owensboro. The Ford Summer Sales Event is going on now, and 0% APR is back with available 0% on new 2025 Ford Mustang, Escape, Explorer, and F-150. Plus, Ford is offering $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance included. Ford also announced super low lease specials on most new 2025 Ford vehicles, including Bronco and Bronco Sport. Stop by Champion today or shop in your jammies online at championowensboro.com.
Hey y'all, it's Kelly Ann Harris with the Harris Group at Keller Williams Elite Realty. As a proud sports mom, I know what it takes to show up, stay focused, and deliver results on the field and in real estate. That's why we're offering our Guaranteed Cash Offer program. We guarantee to get your home sold or we'll buy it. For all your real estate needs, trust the Harris Group. We're always ready to go to work for you. Call us today at 270-929-5857 for the details.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Time for a little above all roofing, true or false. We can relax a little. Yeah, all over creation this week. I feel like I haven't slowed down. I love above all roofing, true or false. We can just relax and just have fun, talk a little sports here.
You need roofing, siding, seamless windows, seamless gutters, window damage. Go see Chris Estes at Above All Roof. They've been a great partner of ours. Go ahead and ask you. I'll ask you one real quick because it's my one local.
Tell Chris Estes that you heard it on Live at 5.
Live at 5, absolutely.
Make sure he's
my one local. He was here in the first segment. Fatih Hood, true or false?
He's all conference.
First team all conference.
Is that what you're going to ask?
That's what I was going to ask. It is true.
It's absolutely true. The way he. Man, just watching his growth last year as a player, player development, I felt like was great with him. I mean, it is at Wesleyan. You look at all the players they've had there.
They
develop players much better than John Calipari ever did. As soon as they come in, they're one player. When they leave, they're a completely different player. Kennedy Miles was an off-the-ball shooting guard. Now he's one of the better point guards we've seen.
Look at Eddie Jones' development, Logan McIntyre. And I think Coach Cooper said it best. Jump. From 1 year at the program to the second.
Yep.
If Fatih takes that same jump that Eddie took and that Logan McIntyre took and Kennedy Miles took, look out. Not only would he be first team all conference, he'd be a GMAC Player of the Year candidate. Now, it's going to be tough with the guy at Ashland.
With Maceo.
Maceo Williams. But
is tough.
Fatih would be right there with him.
He was dominant at the end of the year. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us this year. I'll stay a little local here, too. This is a good one. True or false? We're going to be very busy in December with Kentucky Wesleyan basketball. High school basketball, and then we're going to have 3 state championship games to cover this year.
Well, I don't know if we could. I guess we could because we are CJ.
I mean, I don't know if we have to be on the radio, but I'm saying for media purposes, we could be at Lucas Oil.
Oh, I plan on being at Lucas Oil. I mean, hey, we're part of that Champions Network.
Is the number 3 state championship games, true or false? Man, I'm putting all the chips on the table.
I'll say this right here.
We're going all in right here.
Listen, I want to say true. I would have to say the numbers tell you false, but so if you only get 2, is that a bad year? But yeah, I think there's a really good possibility you could have 3. I think Owensboro's right there.
You got to change the way you think.
Yep. Let's go in. True.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. The Red Devils are peaking. And I feel like that's going to carry on through the playoffs. I like where Owensboro Catholic's sitting. RPI is not out yet, but I think if what I'm thinking comes to fruition, I think they're going to have a very good path, and they're a very good football team. And then Heritage Hills, I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
I will say this, and most people don't realize this, and not say that they can't do this, they can't win. But this Madisonville Owensboro game at Madisonville in the regular season becomes huge because the loser of that one has to go to Bowling Green week 2 or in the playoffs, round 2 in the playoffs more than likely. Now I know Bowling Green's a little down, but if you look at Bowling Green's schedule, they play a tougher schedule than IU.
They do play.
And they had Cal this weekend. So my thing is the loser of that game, you're sitting there probably at the number 2 seed in your district, and that means round 2 you have to go play at Bowling Green and say what you want to win or what you want to do. To go to Bowling Green and win a playoff game is not easy to do, no matter how bad or good Bowling Green is.
I don't really care who's in front of them, man. I'm going to be honest, or where the game's at. I just think I like what they bring to the table.
No, I do too.
The game plan I saw, the way they executed the game plan against Owensboro Catholic, gave me, some promise that this team is legit. And that Madisonville game will be a great one. It's the 24th of October. I was thinking maybe it falls on the bye week.
No.
Everybody's on fall break.
Everybody's on that one bye week.
I want to switch it over. We'll go a little national the rest of the way. But true or false? All this Ryder Cup trash talk is really just UFC, like boxing level hype versus real energy. They're just trying to sell the event by all this trash talk.
True. These guys play with each other all week long, all year long. They all go out to dinner together. This is like...
Wait a minute. Are you sure that the Rory Bryson thing's not...
No. There are some because Bryson's a live guy.
That's kind of what is bringing it all out, right?
Any live guy, Rory has a problem with it because Rory, he was the guy. If you go back and you watch Perfect Swing and you watch the Netflix doc, when all that was going down, he was the guy that was on the PGA side. And it got pretty heated there.
I'm ready to watch. I'm kind of excited to watch it.
What they really needed, and I know they wouldn't, but what they really needed is they needed Phil back on the American team and let him, be the mouthpiece. But he's a live guy too, so him and Roy, it would have got even worse.
But I mean, it's like this isn't normal in golf. Like,
the Ryder Cup has been this way a little bit. Ever since the war in the shore, it's taken it to another level.
I think that maybe that's what makes it so awesome is that that the gentleman's stuff goes out the window and we're just going to.
And Liv's kind of helped it too.
Yeah.
It really has.
I guess in that sense, Liv's been a good thing. Other than that, it's been kind of a disaster.
Yes, there's a lot of money. The Saudis are paying Tom Brady $7 million. $75 million. Now they came out. Tom Brady came out and laughed.
Flag football,
right? He came out and said, "I poo-pooed it," but he didn't want people to think he was taking blood money. That's why he poo-pooed it. I'm telling you, Brady's making $75 million to go play one flag football game. Let me ask you, talking about UFC or wrestling hype. How they do this. Let me ask you this: is the entire Whit Weeks and Landry Kiffin announcing that they're dating on social media today? The week of LSU Ole Miss, is this a really troll move at Lane Kiffin, or is this the whole family and all of them in together to kind of get people talking about LSU Ole Miss?
It's got to be in together.
It has to.
I mean, if not, you got some problems in your family. I mean, I was just complaining about my daughter. I got to go over the Dipper. I got to get the TJ Maxx by 6 and the Old Hickory by 6:30. And then Morgan locked her keys in her car today. But that all pales in comparison to this. Like, come on, man. I mean, geez.
This is a troll job, right?
It's True. Be a troll job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're all in tandem.
It's got to be a troll.
I think so.
If not, Lane's got some problems in his family. How about true or false? The Reds are going to choke this opportunity away.
It looks like true, man. I know. I know they're now one game
it's
back.
Just one game.
I know, but there's only
a whole week to play.
There's only 5 to play here, Steve.
That's okay, but it's the Mets we're talking about too.
I understand that,
and the Diamondbacks are in the mix.
I still want. I've been every time we've talked about playoffs. I've been talking Reds. Here's the problem. I don't know if you can beat Skeens. He's got to probably win MVP and win like 6 games all year, or the Cy Young Award.
The only thing you can do is keep it within a run or two late, and then get the bullpen in the 8th or the 9th.
Yes.
I mean, if you can get him out by the 8th.
They don't let him. I mean, he only throws about 6 innings most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
I've been on the Reds. I had them picked to go to the wild card. I'm going to stay on the Reds. I'm going to say it's false. They're not going to choke.
I don't think there'd be a choke anyway. I think they win the game tonight. I could foresee
if they win tonight, they make the playoffs.
The Reds rally late against the Pirates bullpen.
Here's the problem: if they lose tonight and the Mets win, then you're probably out of your 2 games with 4 to go. You'd have to go 4-0, and the Mets go 2-2.
And that's very. I feel like that's very possible. But yeah, no, it'll be fun.
Let's jump to the football side.
Okay.
All right. True or false? With Joe Burrow out till basically December now. Okay,
yeah, he is.
I think week 15 is what they're talking about bringing him back. The Bengals should trade right now, Trey Hendrickson to the 49ers and just get what you can get for him.
Well, this contract dispute's over, right? I mean, they got him under contract now, right?
They do.
Didn't he sign the contract?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, your pieces are in place there. Don't start trading away your pieces because your coach sucks and your team can't stay healthy. Get rid of the coach. Go get Joe Brady, pair him up with Burrow, and then next year you're right.
But they didn't give him any more money next year. They just gave him more money this year. Like he didn't get what he wanted. But
See, I don't remember the
I don't think he got any. There was no guaranteed money for next year.
If he's gone after the end of the year, then yes, 100%. The bad thing is I'm educated myself enough on the contract.
I think you trade him to the 49ers for a second and a fifth. And
if you got him under contract for multiple seasons, then no, I would not move him. Him and Chase, pass rush.
You're not going to get Chase.
Chase is legit and Burrow's legit. You just got to find a way to fix that offensive line. Go get Brady from the Bills and pair him up with Joe Burrow, and like you did in the LSU days, and just roll. I mean, if I'm the GM, that's what I'm doing.
What they ended up doing is they basically bumped his salary to $30 million this year, and it basically makes him a positioning for free agency next year. There's no guaranteed money next year.
Then
I think
if you don't have him in your future plan, I mean, if you're not going to be able to pay him in the offseason, then you trade him immediately.
Right now. And
the
49ers just
over.
The 49ers just lost their defensive end. If they're going to be a playoff team, they got to have a pass rush. I think you trade him right now and get what you can get out of him with the 49ers.
You could probably get a big offer.
I don't think you can get a first rounder, but I think you can get maybe a second.
You better get a first rounder.
Well, they were asking for 2 in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a first and a third, get it done.
True or false? If you were Jackson Dart, you would go ahead and demand a trade right now with the Giants because you hold on, I know, but you saw what Dable did and the way that he helped Indiana Jones. You would just go ahead and demand the trade right now.
Well, you just ride it out if you're Dart, and because you're going to have a new staff next year. You're going to have a new staff next year. I think you'll be all right. True or false? The loser of Baltimore and Kansas City misses the playoffs.
True. If it's Kansas City.
Man, you're throwing all kinds of dirt on Kansas City. They have struggled, though. I mean, they have struggled. Baltimore's not missing the playoffs, even if they lose this game. 1-3. They started slow last year, too.
But you got to think about it, okay? The Chargers, are going to make you're probably looking at starting 4-0 or whatever. But when you start looking at whoever loses this game,
nobody out of the South outside of the champion scares me, which would probably, like you said, maybe the Colts. It looks like, and then
but if it's the
Bills,
okay,
and then who else?
Well, then you got.
I mean, the rest of that division, the Browns ain't making it.
No, the Steelers.
The Bengals are in a situation where they're probably not. The Steelers, that thing, I mean, yeah, they're both making the playoffs.
You think so? I don't think
even
both
at
can.
1-3.
I don't think both can. I just don't, because you got to forget about Denver. Denver's a wild card.
Denver's in the mix.
Pittsburgh's probably going to be a wild card.
I don't know, man. I'll know more. I'll watch them Sunday, and I'll know more. But
I mean, if Pittsburgh wins Sunday, they're 3-1, right? They're 2-1, right?
And Tomlin, he keeps never had a losing record.
There you go. I mean, I think it's going to be hard. I think they both
get in.
I think the Ravens can get in are better than Chiefs because I worry about that Chiefs offense.
That's a fun matchup this week coming up. True or false? You're buying that the Rams are a true Super Bowl contender.
True. Absolutely.
That's one I may have right.
That defense is really so good.
My preseason predictions were terrible. That's one I may have gotten right.
Mine's still around with the Lions, but I think the Rams are going to be right there. True or false, the Yankees are now 1 game back with 5 to play from Toronto after coming back last night.
I don't even want to hear you talk about the Yankees. You told me their season was over.
It should have been.
Ago.
Toronto does hold the wild card. The
Yankees
tiebreaker.
are winning the division.
You think so? They got to finish.
And they're going to have home field advantage through the AL playoffs. There you go. That's it.
All right.
They're 1 back with 5 to play.
But they also they're 2 back because they have to get 1
Toronto
ahead.
Has a tiebreaker.
Toronto owns the tiebreaker. So you're basically 2 back.
2 back with 5 to play is tough.
But Toronto's got the Reds, the Red Sox, tonight and tomorrow, which we've added. We'll have
y'all have the White Sox.
We have the White Sox.
Yeah.
I will say this: we've added tonight Red Sox Blue Jays right here starting at 6 o'clock or 6:30 here on 102.7 The Game. So adding some big time baseball because if you don't, you get those podcasts that ESPN.
Oh, it's terrible, man. How about the Guardians Tigers series too?
Oh yeah,
it's playoff baseball now.
They're
I watched that game last night.
True or false? They both make the playoffs.
False.
I don't think so either.
I think the Guardians make the play. I think the Tigers are out.
I think the Tigers make it as a wild card because the Astros are tanking too.
They are.
That may help them.
Go Tigers if it means the Astros don't make the playoffs.
I don't know. I don't want to see Scooble.
I'll certainly take it. Vixen, go set my equipment up, and then I'll be over there. That's how big of a diva I am. We'll see you at 6:30 over on K News.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWA